The search continues for the suspect in Wednesday's mass shootings in Maine, and Israeli forces conducted another raid on northern Gaza overnight as UN officials say fuel shortages are crippling relief efforts. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. The search has continued through the night in Lewiston, Maine for Army reservist Robert Card. He's considered the prime suspect in Wednesday's mass shootings. NPR's Brian Mann reports there have been no confirmed sightings of him, and the community remains in lockdown.
A small army of police descended on one farmhouse last night outside Lewiston, but no arrests were made, and Card remains on the run. He's been charged with murder following Wednesday's shooting at a bowling alley and nearby bar that left 18 people dead. This week's violence caused Maine Congressman Jared Golden, a Democrat, to reverse his opposition to banning military-style assault weapons.
To the people of Lewiston, I ask for forgiveness and support as I seek to put an end to these terrible shootings.
Legislation that would reinstate the ban on military-style assault rifles has been stalled in Congress for years. Brian Mann, NPR News, Lewiston, Maine.
Israel says it conducted another brief raid into northern Gaza overnight. The Israeli military says it targeted Hamas militants in response to Hamas attacks nearly 3 weeks ago. The Israeli blockade of Gaza continues. The United Nations says its relief aid to Palestinians is collapsing. UN official Philippe Lazzarini says relief workers need fuel badly, and that's been cut off.
A few days ago, I warned that we will not be able to continue our humanitarian operation if we do not get the fuel supply. My warning still stands. Over the last few days, UNRWA has drastically limited its consumption of fuel, but this came at a cost. Our team had to make tough decisions that no humanitarian workers should do.
Gaza health officials now say more than 7,300 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli military attacks. Israel says Hamas killed more than 1,400 people, mostly Israelis, when militants attacked on October 7th. Embattled Congressman George Santos will be back in federal court today. From member station WNYC, Bridget Bergen reports the New York Republican is facing 10 new fraud charges.
He's accused of conspiring with his former campaign treasurer to file false reports with the FEC that inflated his fundraising numbers, including a fictitious $500,000 loan Santos claimed to make to his own campaign when he only had $8,000 in his bank account, according to prosecutors. He's also accused of stealing his donors' credit card information and attempting to make thousands in charges. Some he masked as campaign donations, and others he funneled to his personal bank account. Santos pleaded not guilty to 13 earlier charges at an arraignment in May, and he continues to say he will not resign. For NPR News, I'm Bridget Bergen in New York.
This is NPR.